Good morning and welcome back to Orangeville Daily Homes. Sorry about yesterday. I just was not feeling up to doing a video. I just felt kind of under the weather. It was just kind of one of those days. And anyways, I got a lot of sleep. I feel much better today, and we're hitting it here with another episode. So let's start with our first one, which is 293 Berry Street. This one's in Shelburne. It's listed at $364. See, the price seems to be pretty good considering it's got a finished basement. And it's not going to be a huge house, okay? So the bedroom sizes are a little bit on the smaller end, but it looks like it's quite nice on the inside, right? So you've got more of this galley style kitchen. Yeah, there's a different colored appliances. You got a black, and it looks like this is a stainless steel. Yeah. So, anyways, just a little bit different there. And then kind of you've got this eat-in portion, and then you've got the living room off to the other side there, right? It looks like we've got some hardwood flooring as well, which is nice. And yeah, just it's hard to get a good idea as to the room sizes when the photos just really don't show the whole kind of space. It's not wide enough. But yeah, and then I guess this is like a little covered porch kind of off to the back, right? And then you've got your backyard. You know, it's nice simple home. It's built by a great company, and yeah, it seems to be okay. Next one is in Orangeville, and this is 414. Okay, so I don't know if these are the most enticing photos that you kind of see when you come in. I mean, half the photo is missing, and that's a challenge, right? Like, how do you get a great idea as to kind of what's there, right? And that's hard. That's at least you got a wide shot in the backyard. That's great. But I guess like half the inside is missing, so don't really have much to say about that other than these homes here, they've really been moving up in price. And a 414, yeah, that's I mean, by the write up of it, it looks like they've done a little bit of updating, granite countertops and things like that. But yeah, it's just kind of hard to see everything else when you're kind of missing a number of the pictures. Now, for $5,000 more, you can get this one. Now, let's go back to the other one. That was a 3-bedroom, 3-washroom with a finished basement. That's what they're saying, right? It's in a little bit of a mature neighborhood. And this is a newer home over in Murray Court out by the hospital. And, the size of the house is probably the same. Nice front entranceway when you walk in, right? And then you've got the eat-in portion there. There's your kitchen. You may not have granite countertops, but that's a nice size. That's actually a really good size. Stainless steel appliances, looks good. Looks like there was a couple of pot lights in there as well, which is nice. And, if you wanted, you could put a couple of those pendant lights to kind of hang down. Those are always nice over a breakfast bar. Beautiful, beautiful living room, hardwood flooring, corner fireplace. They really make it work with the TV up above, which is quite nice. Skylight is a nice added feature. Bedrooms look like they're pretty good size as well. And one of them maybe a little bit smaller, and then downstairs is finished. Very nice, and if you're going to look at it and decide, from one to the other, you may get a little bit more road noise with this place only because it's a little bit closer to Highway 9. The other one, you're on a little bit more of a court and whatnot, a little bit older. Really, I don't know. I like this one. Backyard's nice and big, 137 feet deep, 31 feet wide. Anyways, this one here I think would be pretty cool. 373 Colin Phillips Drive. This is in Shelburne. 464, and double entryway, which is quite nice. Doesn't look like the home's kind of lived in. Well, okay, maybe it is. What was that? Okay, so I think that's the dining room. Yeah, they just don't have any furniture in it. And then obviously your living room. Kitchen, stainless steel appliances, nice. It would be nice if they had a couple little lights here. Again, breakfast bar would be kind of cool. And then this is, I think, a side entrance to the outside. laundry room as well, or could be the entrance to the basement. Um, these homes, they're not that old. They're only a couple of years. This one may have only been a year. I mean, they just have the grass and no fences up yet. So, yeah, 464. 25 First Street, 469. This one's a classic, right? So whenever I see a classic home, and it's got the heritage sign, there's only so much you can do to, actually, wait a second, this is not the heritage plaque. I think this is just, it's hard to see. You may only be able to do so much to the home. Yeah, really big kitchen. It probably needs some updating. Dining room, nice big rooms. That's the one thing that you're going to get on these older ones. But whenever I hear a classic home, I always think about, you're going to probably have to put in some money and do some work to kind of, add some more value to it and whatnot. This in town, though, 56 feet wide, 75 feet deep. That's not very deep lot. It looks like it is a corner lot, which is probably why you don't utilize much of the back, maybe. Anyways, it looks like, yeah. So I don't believe it is a heritage home because it's got the white sign there. So 4 Parson Street, and this is $499. Okay, and inside it's quite nice, hardwood flooring. Again, you've got some older cabinetry by the looks of it in there, but you've got the double cabinets, right? Like, these are the seasonal cabinets that you don't really use very often. It's a nice looking sunroom, very cool, and different colors, different shades. If you're looking for a century home, at a lower end price, this may work, right? It's 148 feet deep, 50 feet wide. Looks like the gardens are quite nice, and yeah, seems pretty good. Next one is One Mod. They've done a price change on this. They're now down at $564. The big, this is a really nice house. Like, there's no issue with the house whatsoever, right? Like, this is beautiful. I've said it before on all levels. I like the layout of this one. I like the look of this one. I guess the one thing when I showed it, it looked a little bit like you go to one of those country stores where they kind of have stuff everywhere, and it smells of vanilla and all these. It's kind of neat, but it can be a little bit overwhelming if your senses for smell are very strong. Okay, so you come up the stairs. Now, this is the one thing I do like about this, especially if you have guests staying over and they need to have a shower. This is the bathroom on the upper floor, and then this is obviously downstairs, right? So the shower backs on to an outside wall or downstairs, right? And then on the other side, it backs on to like this little kind of sitting area. So you don't have... So if you're having a shower, or your guest and everyone's still asleep and maybe they have to leave early, they could have a shower and they're not going to wake anyone up. You're not going to hear water running down the back of your wall if you back on. You know what I mean? Like, these are things sometimes people don't think about. And anyways, it's one of the only reason I know these things is because I had a daughter who would wake up at any particular noise. And we had a guest who stayed over at our house, and the shower backed onto our headboard on the other side of the wall, and that's all you would hear. My daughter was small; she'd be in our room, and she'd just wake up, right? And it would be kind of annoying for me too, right? Anyways, long story short, this one doesn't have that problem, and it seems to be pretty good. I like it. Oh, and I guess the other challenge that they're going to have, if you go back, see, this photo here is kind of in the back corner looking at the house from the corner. And then you've got another one shooting off to the side. But if you're up here on your deck or in the inside and you're looking out the window, you kind of look, boom, right at the other house, right behind you. Just sometimes, like I have had clients, it doesn't work, right? Now this one here in East Gary, Now, this house is beautiful, okay? I remember when I went into this house, and man, it needed a heck of a lot of work. Nice and big. This actually used to be a pool, an indoor pool. Uh, and So, yeah, very interesting. So, the front entranceway, when you walk in, nobody walks in the front entranceway. Everyone always walks into the kitchen. But this is the front. But they did everything in this place. It looks stunning, from kitchens to floors to. See, this is the door that you'd come in, right? So you kind of park, and then you walk up the kind of side, and then you come in that, and that's what you look at. That's beautiful, absolutely. And then this would lead back to the pool at one time, which is where the addition was, which no longer is there apparently, and dining room, which is nice. And now it's a games room, right? So you got like this little wet bar, and then the little games room, and then you've got this whole other back end, which is hardwood flooring. You've got this little like library kind of up top with a spiral staircase, fireplace, which is awesome. I mean, this is really, really cool. There it is. There's the upstairs, right? Really nice. Like, I totally love it. But yeah, the bedroom's a little bit smaller. That's what you're going to get on one of these renovated century homes. And there's your patio out back there. Really nice. And, that I believe is either, I'm trying to remember which way this looks, whether it looks south, whether it looks west. Anyways, it's there. Now, the challenge with this one is right in front of you, right where my cursor is kind of moving off of the page, you're at the corner of a intersection, right? So that's Trafalgar Road in front of you, and this is, we call it Fergus Road, but it's Dufferin Road 3. Takes you all the way to Fergus. And the set of lights are right there. So there's a lot of trucks that come up Trafalgar Road. There's a lot of traveling between Fergus and Orangeville. It's a busy road. And the other thing is, in the winter time, man, does the wind blow like crazy, okay? Like, it is howling. So just keep that in mind. Looking online, none of that actually tells you what's going on. It looks like a great place, and it is. I just find that I probably would feel maybe a little bit kind of stressed out, kind of living kind of right there. But maybe somebody else doesn't see that as being a problem. They don't mind that because they don't mind being out in the country knowing that there's no isolation and people are around. You know what I mean? Because I've had clients where that's a little bit of an issue. So it could work for somebody. I think the property is flipping awesome. I think it's great. It's just the location of it may be a little bit harder for some others to kind of get around. Fourth line in Mono, it's like over 1 million, 1,049,000, and this is another reno. I've shown this one. They've done a price reduction. So once you get into the house and you get past the cat smell, that you kind of get hit with. This is a beautiful living room. The view from this window is incredible, overlooking Hockley Valley, which is just on the other side of this. It's like a double-sided fireplace over here. And then part of the kitchen is kind of underneath the kind of guest bedroom up here. But all of this is windows. Like, the ceiling is all windows all the way around in this section here, in this living room and dining room. And it is unbelievably cool. Like, it's like the picture is telling you right there. It's sparkling. It is magical. It is really nice. There's some things that they still need to finish, like putting in the range for the stove in there. But and the renovated bathroom, master bedroom is pretty cool too. There it is, right? And then you've got some of the other rooms. Now, there's some other things that still need to be finished off in the house. And you've got this kind of barn with the paddocks with a kind of loft up above. And you got the 10 acres, which is really cool. But yeah, there's still things that need to be kind of renoed on this. They were only kind of showing you all the good stuff that was done. There's some stuff that still needs to be done, like, outside work, things like that, right? So, but very neat. And the last one, which is Mono Angela Town Line, more of a farm, right? It's pretty cool. It's 1,299,000, and you've got the little house, or the main house there, but then you also get this little guest house on the property. Nice aerial views, barns, really. So I mean, you're seeing a lot of that. Great. And then you have the inside. It looks like it's being renovated too. You got the little pendant lights, which is really nice. Stainless steel appliances. And then now we're back out into the ring, and now we're back into the house. A little kind of all over the place. But yeah, it doesn't. I don't know if anyone looks like they're living there or not. But and then you get a little kind of stream out there as well. Pictures are a little disjointed, but house is kind of small. So yeah, that's our last one, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Orangeville Daily Homes, and hopefully you're enjoying your March break, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now.